be 100% totally committed in everything that you do, all walks of life. You see it in sports and you see it in business, and in Chad Berger's business, it's the PBR, and he's the best at it.
You know, when he has 13 out of the 15 bulls in a 15-15, that's saying something.
He just wanted to go big, and that's what he did.
Chad's a scout. When he looks at bulls, he knows traits to look for, he knows builds to look for. He can see things other people don't.
Chad Berger, he's tied his hand in the rope on him. He knows what it's like to nod your head on the back of a bull.
Chad Berger, he stock contractor of the year 8 times running, and I think a lot of it really comes down to he's a bull man.
First year I took any bulls, my bulls to finals was 2003. And by 2007 we were stock contractors of the year. I started riding little steers when I was 4 or 5 years old. Anything from a Holstein steer to a cow, you know. Whatever we had around there to get on. My dad built a buck and shoot. Well, inside this pen was about 4 big cottonwood trees. And we rode them cows and steers through them trees, them big cottonwoods. And one time my older sister, she got on one and she come out of that chute and she started hanging off the side, and here the steer goes right by that cottonwood and just tears her off of there. And I was probably 5 or 6 at the same time. And it was the last one she ever got on. But that was our first practice pen.
I see pictures of him riding a bull when he was 7, 8, 9 years old, and I'm like, who does that? He really looks up to his dad, and his dad taught him probably everything he knows about cattle and about bulls.
It was all instilled in me from the time I was a little kid. My dad was a horseman, cattleman, and all he ever wanted to be was a cowboy when he grew up, you know. I don't always wear a hat and I don't always wear boots, but I'm a cowboy.
I had a lot of good role models in my life. Between Dad and his brothers and his dad, they showed me by example. They showed me how to do things and how to do it right. And if I didn't do it right, you better get up and do it again. Sometime in the 90s, my grandpa started hauling bulls to a lot of the PBRs, and my dad was in the sale barn buying cattle, and he started buying some of them good bulls and sending them with my grandpa. He bought his own trailer and his own truck and had his own bulls, and it was Katie barred the door from that minute on.
17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's about 30 pens here that got bulls in them. And there's probably 250 bulls, 75 bulls here.
Chad Berger can show up to his own event at Bismarck, North Dakota, or an event in Big Sky, Montana, and bring 55 bulls, never give a re-ride, and know what each one of them is and what their name is, and if they're not feeling well, if they're not moving right.
Yeah, he likes to get petted.
And that goes back to him being a cattleman and knowing animals so well.
There's old Red Moon. He's been bucking like crazy, and that's Stretch. And that's Rising Sun. This is a hell of a pen of bulls right here. Of course, this is Smooth Operator. I've never seen a bull like that. And I don't think I ever flanked a ranker bull. He was just bucking so hard he had to hurt something.
I'll tell you what about Smooth Operator, he's scary to be around.
The strength of Smooth Operator, evident right there.
A lot of bulls that we get, we haul them for a month or 2 or a year or 2, and we can go up and scratch on them and pet on them, but that bull, he's all about bucking.
And this is one of those matchups you go, oh man, Smooth Operator is definitely the favorite. He's been in contention for Bull of the Year. He's going to be in that race again this season. Get it down.
Nothing smooth about that out.
All these guys that were riding at the top of their game, he just made them look like that was the first one they ever got on. He bucked so hard.
Add another one to the list. Livingston gets flipped like a flapjack.
Power. That describes Smooth Operator.
It was the rankest night of bull riding in the history of bull riding.
I said after Saturday night in Bismarck, North Dakota, that was the best 40 minutes of bull riding I'd ever seen.
8 90-point rides in that night, and Derek was 93 and a half, and he ended up second. That doesn't happen. That never happens.
Bismarck PBR Saturday night. I don't know what was in the air, but apparently there was something.
Electricity was running right through the air, like you could reach out and grab a hold of it and ride the light.
It started out first with Lucas Davino getting a 90-point plus bull ride. Bucked off one, and then Sage Kimsey.
How about 90 points for Sage?
Chase Outlaw comes out 94.
94 and 3/4 points.
Any one of them could have been the best rides I ever seen.
Never seen anything like it.
Out of 15 rides, 8 of them were 90 plus.
Another 91-point score.
So yeah, every one of them.
You like to hunt and fish, I like to buck bulls, leave me alone. Bull riding, rodeo, it all goes back to the cowboy. Out of any sport in the world, I don't think there's any more respectful kids than there are in the PBR. That's the cowboy way. That's the way cowboys been for hundreds of years. When they tip their hat to the ladies, they shake a man's hand. The handshake is their honor. If your word's no good, you're nothing but dried up manure anyway. Being a cowboy ain't just wearing a hat, you know. It's about how you carry yourself and how you treat people. That's a cowboy.